Hi guys, welcome back to our fun learning channel. And today's episode, we are going to explore Anchor, the podcasting platform. It has a new name, but the interface is the same. In the previous episode, we had a walkthrough of the Anchor app on an iOS device. So today, we're going to look through it briefly and enjoy the new name. So let's get to it. Now, similarly to the earlier, I'm using the recorded screen recording app. It's easy to use. It's a free version. So as and when advertisements pop up. So bear with us. Bear with us. Okay, so now going to the home button. So as you can see, I have some ads here because I'm using the free version. Okay, so I'm going to ignore that and just go to my Anchor app. Good. So as you can see, this is my Anchor app. The last time we used it, in the last episode, it was labeled Anchor. But now it's labeled Podcasters because guess what? It has a new name. Spotify for Podcasters. That's a new name for Anchor now. So wherever you are, that is the new name, Spotify for Podcasters. So now you might think that, okay, we have a new name now. Is the interface also new? That's where it gets better. The interface remains the same. The UI UX experience, it's fun. The interface is the same. Nothing much has changed. The only add-on I'd say we have here is the color, especially. So now we are on the analytics, and it's the same overview like we saw earlier when it still had the Anchor logo. We go to the audience, it's the same thing we see here like we saw in our earlier episode. Now let's go to the tools section. So this is where there's a slide add-on, which I think it's a good add-on. It improves the UI. The UI, it's the readability is spot on. The color combination here, it's great. It's easy for the eye to spot it, to read it, and just enjoy it. Now the other thing that has been added here is the questionnaire, the Q&A. Earlier, the Q&A was already there. However, default questions were not available. So now, Anchor, Spotify for Podcasters, has added default questions that you can give to your listeners wherever they are across the globe and get feedback from fans about all your episodes. How cool is that, right? So you can check it out by hitting on the check it out button. So let's just check it out. Okay, great. So a default question for this template episode that we have here is, what did you think about this episode? You see? So besides that, you have the option to also create a poll. This was also there earlier, but like I said, it's captioned under the interacts, which is the default question provided for you by Spotify for podcasters. So all you need to do is add a poll if you want to do it. Let's try it. So here I can ask a question, say, okay, what would you want us to record? What would you want us to talk about? Great. Or would you prefer a blue or white toppings? So this is just an example. And you put your options, blue, white, and then whatever. Blue, white. Now you let your participants select the options that you've given them, and you have the choice to put the start and end dates, which you can save and then have it circulated. So let's try. Let participants select multiple options. There you have it here. If not, you'll just be limited to that. Once I'm done, I save it. Okay. So because this is not, it's the template, we're going to discard this. Great. It's going to be lost. Bear in mind. So that's about it for the interact session where you have your Q&A and polls section. The details gives you the details of the episode that you're talking about. So let's go back. Bear in mind, what we worked on now is for a draft, something we haven't published. It's just a draft. Okay, so now let's go to your podcast. Okay, and this is all reflected in your podcast. So basically, everything is the same. The only difference is the name. Anchor is now Spotify for podcasters. So nothing much has changed. Nothing much. Everything looks pretty much the same. So you're going to enjoy it wherever you are. So if you haven't yet downloaded or subscribed to it, just go on there and download the app. It's free of charge. And say your mind wherever you are. So until next time, this is it for now. Until next time, we'll catch you on another episode. Take care and have a fab one.